Hello, Leafs fans around the world. Let's update you on the latest news from the Toronto Maple Leafs. We have a lot to discuss, from contract negotiations to speculations about potential transfers. Before we proceed, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to be part of our active Leafs community. Your subscription is essential to strengthen this space for exchange and passion for the team. We look forward to having you here with us at Boys in Blue News. Last week, the Toronto Maple Leafs focused on negotiating with Jacob Markstrom. However, this week, despite expectations to continue searching for a goaltender, they opted to extend the contract of goaltender Joseph Woll, who is a former prospect of the organization. According to Kevin Weeks, the Leafs have closed a 3-year deal with Woll. This new agreement certainly sparks significant interest for the Toronto team, doesn't it? The Leafs faced challenges with the goaltender position last season due to the lack of updates before the trade deadline and the decision to keep Samsonov instead of Woll. Despite clear appreciation for Woll, his experience is limited, with only 39 games played in his career. Additionally, injuries and the pandemic have restricted his participation over the last 5 seasons in the NHL and AHL. Given these challenges, relying on Woll as a starting goaltender during Auston Matthews' brief window of peak performance poses a significant risk for the Leafs. Woll's new contract, estimated at around $3.5 million over the next 3 years, is expected to be finalized soon. However, uncertainty persists as the Leafs recently pursued goaltender acquisitions like Just Saros or Jacob Markstrom, which could add considerable weight to investments in top-tier goaltenders. Nevertheless, there's a possibility that this contract serves as an alternative strategy if they decide against pursuing a top goaltender. If Joseph Woll steps up as a starter and performs exceptionally well, his contract over the next 3 years could prove quite advantageous. Otherwise, it could still be renegotiated, making it a low-risk investment with potential rewards. Considering all possibilities, the decision to retain Woll and potentially acquire additional players like Laurent Brossoit may be seen as a questionable strategy. It's interesting to note the Toronto Maple Leafs approach in extending Joseph Woll's contract amid ongoing efforts to strengthen the goaltender position. The decision reflects the team's confidence in internal potential talent, but also raises questions about long-term strategy, given the critical importance of a strong goaltending presence for success in the league. The prospect of Woll developing and potentially assuming the starting role is exciting, but the uncertainty surrounding his ability to consistently perform at a professional level is undeniable. The team seems to be banking on Woll's potential growth while keeping their options open for future goaltender negotiations. The Leafs' strategy raises fascinating debates about talent management, resource allocation, and the balance between investing in emerging talent versus pursuing established stars. This approach can be viewed as a calculated gamble with potential for reward, or as an unnecessary risk given the team's immediate needs. What do you think about this move by the Toronto Maple Leafs? Do you believe the team still needs to pursue a top-tier goaltender, or could extending Joseph Woll's contract be the right choice? The NHL world was shaken by Philip Hronek's recent signing with the Vancouver Canucks. The team inked a massive 8-year contract worth an impressive $58 million, which certainly raised some eyebrows. But why might this be bad news for our beloved Toronto Maple Leafs? The impact extends beyond the management office. With this astronomical contract, the $7.25 million salary cap could have a cascading effect across the entire league's defenseman market. Does Hronek's performance justify such a massive investment? That's the question on Leafs fans' minds. With the Leafs already eyeing high-caliber defensemen to bolster the team, like Nikita Zadorov or Chris Tanev, Hronek's signing could complicate matters. After all, if the baseline value is set at $7 million, what would it cost to bring in a player like Tanev or Montour to reinforce the blue line? The situation becomes even more challenging when considering the Leafs have approximately $20 million in salary cap space. With various needs to address, from goaltending improvements to finding a center to play alongside Tavares and Matthews, funds were already tight. Now, with potential inflation in defenseman prices, the situation becomes even more complex. Philip Hronek signing by the Vancouver Canucks to an 8-year, $58 million contract has certainly caught the attention of hockey fans everywhere. Considering his performance last season, it's natural to question whether this investment is justified. Additionally, as a Toronto Maple Leafs supporter, I'm concerned about the impact of this deal on the free agent market for the Leafs. With the need to strengthen our defense, the possibility of bringing in players like Tanev or Montour, whose values may now be inflated due to Hronek's contract, is worrisome. The Leafs' ability to address various team needs, such as goaltending improvements and finding a center to complete our lineup, becomes even more challenging in this new scenario. It's crucial for the Leafs management to be vigilant and strategic in handling this potential increase in the desired players' values. Competition in the free agent market could intensify, and the Leafs need to find efficient ways to strengthen the team within the salary cap limitations. The impact of Rinne Signing goes far beyond the Canucks, directly influencing the dynamics and strategies of rival teams like the Toronto Maple Leafs. As a fan, I hope the Leafs leadership is prepared to face the challenges that arise in this new context, seeking the best opportunities to strengthen the team and maintain competitiveness in the league. What do you, Leafs fans, think of this landscape? Which players would you like to see bolstering the team? And how might Rinne Signing by the Vancouver Canucks impact these plans? Now, in a series of surprising moves before the NHL draft, there was a significant trade between the Los Angeles Kings and the Washington Capitals on June 19th, where Pierre-Luc Dubois was sent to the Capitals in exchange for goaltender Darcy Kuemper. This resulted in a considerable amount of salary cap space being freed up for the Kings, approximately $2.75 million, leaving many wondering about the team's future plans for the offseason. This unexpected transaction has sparked speculation about the Kings' interest in Toronto Maple Leafs forward Mitch Marner. Experts, including insider Kevin Weeks, have suggested the possibility of the Kings pursuing Marner in a potential behind-the-scenes deal. With the Kings projected to have substantial salary cap space of $23.4 million, speculation around Marner has gained traction. For the Kings, acquiring Marner would make sense as he has stood out for his consistency as an offensive forward, something the team has been seeking. Additionally, Marner could bolster the team's playoff performance, something the Kings have aimed for after underwhelming seasons. From the Maple Leafs' perspective, trading Marner could also be beneficial, with the potential to free up a significant amount of salary cap space by dealing Marner's $10.9 million cap hit. The Leafs could pursue defensive reinforcements, something they have expressed interest in. The team would also be attentive to potential trades involving promising young talent and players who add physicality to the team. The possible transfer of Mitch Marner to the Los Angeles Kings undoubtedly sparks an intriguing debate among NHL fans. As a Maple Leaf supporter, I view Marner as a key player for our team, and his departure would certainly have a significant impact. However, considering the defensive reinforcement needs the Leafs have expressed, a well-planned trade could strengthen other aspects of the team. I believe any trade involving a standout player like Marner should consider not only the team's immediate needs, but also the long-term impact. It's essential to balance present demands with a strategic perspective for the team's future. For Kings fans, the potential arrival of Marner would certainly bring excitement. His offensive prowess could represent a significant shift in the team's performance, especially in the playoffs, where the Kings have faced challenges in recent years. Ultimately, NHL trades often generate intense debates and emotions among fans. It's fascinating to see how fans' perspectives intertwine and diverge, reflecting the passion and complexity involved in the hockey world. With all these elements in play, the possible transfer of Mitch Marner to the LA Kings would certainly shake up the NHL landscape. What's your opinion on this potential trade? Are Leafs fans willing to see Marner leave the team in exchange for defensive reinforcements? And for Kings supporters, is Marner's potential arrival seen as a solution to improve the team's playoff performance? Certainly, both Joseph Woll's contract extension with the Toronto Maple Leafs and the potential transfer of Mitch Marner to the Los Angeles Kings resonate as significant strategic moves in the NHL landscape. The decision by the Toronto Maple Leafs to extend Joseph Woll's contract demonstrates confidence in the team's internal potential, but also raises questions about the long-term approach, given the critical role of a strong goaltender in league success. This is a fascinating topic that will surely attract varied opinions. Regarding the potential transfer of Mitch Marner, it's evident that such a move generates considerable interest and debate. Leafs fans are likely weighing the impact of his departure against the need for defensive reinforcements, while Kings fans may envision Marner's arrival as a catalyst to enhance the team's performance, particularly in the playoffs. I invite all NHL fans and enthusiasts to share their perspectives on these moves. What's your take on Joseph Woll's contract extension and the potential transfer of Mitch Marner? As fans, what are your priorities in terms of team reinforcement and development? Leave your comments below and join this engaging discussion. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Leafs updates in the NHL.